We're back on site, and I'm here with Jen, and today we're going to be talking about lighting options. So Jen, we're standing here in the great room again. So tell me a little bit about what you were thinking as far as lighting in this room.
Well, I think we're in a great situation and a unique opportunity in that we can plan out our lighting while we're in the process of building the home, which is a somewhat unique situation for most people, but it's great for us, so we love that. We started here in the dining room, which is this area over here, and we have a coffered ceiling, so it's raised above the dining room table, and we wanted this to be our inspiration room, so this is kind of where we started for our design style. So what we've done is we actually found 5 lanterns, and they're different, energy efficient, and we're going to hang them at varying heights in the coffered ceiling. So instead of just having a chandelier that you typically see with the down lighting, it's going to give you some different levels of lighting. It's kind of romantic, kind of cozy. So that's kind of where we started when we made our selections. Okay. And then we moved on into here, which is where the kitchen will be.
This is where the island's going to be.
Yes, we're going to have a very large island here with a granite slab on top. And I think when we talk about lighting, you have to consider the function, what your needs are. In this particular space over the granite island, you might often see a pendant light. That's called a task light.
So is that not what you're doing?
No.
Oh, good. So, a surprise.
Something a little different. We're going to do a beautiful chandelier that is quite large scale and will hang over the granite island, so it makes it more of a focal point.
So is this chandelier more traditional looking, or is it more?
It's what we'd call transitional. So you're going to see kind of some contemporary lines with some traditional. And the other thing is, I think when people buy their lighting, they buy the entire collection, so it all matches. And you don't necessarily have to do that. So the pieces that we have in these 2 rooms complement one another, but they're not from the same collection, so they're a little different. Right.
I see that they also have recessed lighting here, and that's quite enough, like more than enough.
Yes, it'll be great. This is what we would call just general lighting. These will be canned lights that we've set here in the kitchen. And then also once the cabinetry is installed, we've also required them to do the upper lighting and lower cabinet lighting. The upper lighting is just for fun, just for ambiance.
Well, people forget that you have to have 3 levels of lighting. They always forget. They always just put it up in the ceiling, and they don't think that, okay, you have to have like task lighting, and you have to like have the regular lighting that goes in the ceiling. And, you know, adding like ambiance lighting is always nice. So what about in the living area?
What we've done in here is we're also going to have the recessed canned lighting in here, and what we did is we followed the line of basically how you would walk through this room up on this vaulted ceiling. So that'll, again, provide plenty of lighting for this area. And if you'll note also down here, we also had the builder put in some electrical outlets. People often forget, you know, where are we going to plug in our lamps and our floor lamps, etc. So we have a floating floor here with our furniture, and we wanted to make sure that we could have some lighting available for this area.
It's always nice that, you know, the builder, G.J. Gardner, considered like using us at the very start of the project, because like you said, people forget to put, you know, to get a designer in and you know, talk to them about like furniture placement. They always put furniture against the wall, and in this space there's really not a wall for you to put the sofa, so having electrical outlets on the floor is great, because you'll be able to, like you said, put your lamp on the table and not have to worry about where to run the wiring. Did you consider anything for the entryway?
We did. That's going to be a flush mount lantern.
Yeah, because it's not too high of a ceiling.
And it is from the same collection as the dining room, so when you walk into the space, the dining room lighting is a focal point, and it will also very nicely coordinate. But again, in the entryway, people have to consider the height and the scale of an entryway. Oftentimes we see that the lighting is too small or too large, big. So you really have to make sure that the height is correct.
People forget that, you know, lighting just adds to the mood and to the atmosphere of the room.
Absolutely. And I think you said atmosphere of the room. The biggest tip that we can give today is put everything on a dimmer switch. Again, that's also energy efficient.
Right?
Absolutely. It can control how you enter a room. Even in the entryway where you might not think to put a dimmer switch, that's a beautiful place. You're allowing people to have safety and be able to see walking into the home, yet you're kind of gradually allowing the light to welcome them into the space. So it's a great tip. And it's cheap and easy to do.
We're inside the master bath, so tell me a little bit about what we're doing here.
Well, I think bathrooms are becoming a space where people are being more considerate of their lighting, and we spend a lot of time getting ready in here. And so you really want to have different levels of lighting, especially in this space. And I'll start with here. We went ahead and created some center lighting. So we have a fixture that we're going to include, again, just general lighting, and it'll be on a dimmer as well.
Is it a flush mount?
It is. It's close to the ceiling. It's not a flush mount, but it's beautiful. And it really coordinates with the fixtures that we have in here for the bathtub and the shower. And what we've done here, this will be the vanity area. Hard to tell now, but what we've done here is we have, again, 2 canned lighting above the vanity. And instead of doing the typical lighting that you'll see over a vanity mirror, We've actually done sconces on the side, and I don't think people realize that that's the best, most flattering look for when you're doing your makeup and your skin tone.
I've always liked chandeliers in the master bath or in your bathroom, but I think this area doesn't call for it just because it's so small and I think the ceiling's not high enough to do it.
It's not.
But if a homeowner wants to do chandeliers in the bathroom, what do you think they should consider?
Well, again, you have to always consider the height of your walls and the scale of the bathroom. So there are petite chandeliers that you can find. So you have to just make sure that you're considering the size and how high.
And I see people put it on top of the bathtub. That's a no-no.
It really is. It depends on the code in your area, but I would stay away from that. Another option might be to hang like a candle chandelier that you can hang over a bathtub or something like that. But you really need to be careful about that for safety.
You have to, because I think a lot of people forget that for safety reasons, and it's not really up to code. So I know a lot of people like chandeliers because it's a romantic feel, but you have to consider like if it's safe for you to do that or not.
Yeah, and you can actually do that in your master bedroom. So if you're not able to carry that into a smaller size bathroom, then go ahead and carry it into your bedroom, and that might be a more ideal space for the chandelier.
I love this space. I can't wait to see
everything
put together.
finished. Yeah.